Hi and welcome. I'm Jules Muller, founder and CEO of Chicks Connect, and tonight we're doing a social media blogging brainstorm. So we have some members of Chicks Connect on the Zoom with us, and we'll start with Shannon. If you want to tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and then maybe a question or a great tip to get us started as part of your introduction.
I'm Shannon Hinderberger. I'm in Bend, Oregon, and I am a digital marketing strategist and coach. So I coach clients to get their digital marketing, social media, online presence done in under 10 hours a month, because it can be done and it can be done effectively. So it's basically, that's what I do. And I work with folks all over the Northwest. And I also do digital marketing strategy for companies. My one tip is, if you haven't started with your social media, pick one channel and go from there. That's my tip.
Excellent, excellent. I know you're going to be giving us a lot more detail after everybody introduces themselves. All right, Miss Mariah.
Running away from the kids. Hold on. So I'm Mariah Clark. I am mom of 3. I live outside of Portland. And my business is Empowering Sexuality. So I'm a sexual wellness advocate. I am hopefully going to start doing workshops in March, and I also do individual and couples consultations. And and that's a question. I think my question is kind of like the ideal length for blogs, for videos, that kind of stuff, for content.
Okay.
I'm writing these down, so.
Awesome. Okay, Tiffany.
Tiffany Almazan. I am the chair chick for the Jammin' for Joy Chicks in Las Vegas, Nevada. And no kids, but I have 4 of these guys and a husband. And I don't know. I don't have any questions or tips. I was just like, Jules is doing this, so I'm going to pop on and see what you guys all have. I don't know. Does that work?
That works. If something comes up, just bring it up. And I know
Okay, cool.
one of your suggestions to me was to do a thread in the Chicks Connect members only group, like a business special thread on Monday, and then everybody posts their business specials, and then the fan page on Tuesday or something. And I thought I could also do, so Shannon, maybe you can answer this question, but my thought was, if I make an announcement in the announcements, you used to be able to pin things to the top, now they're announcements. But can I just put there a living announcement that says business pages, post below, and then people can go to that announcement and add theirs and then like everybody else's?
Yeah, I think you can. Facebook groups is like the thing I least know. I just know how to, I don't know the back mechanics of it because I don't manage one, but I'm pretty sure if you can pin it or put it as an announcement, it will stay at the top. Pinning it for sure. So I'm going to go look in a group right now.
Right. I think, I guess my main thing was, in the announcement, can people comment, which I think they can. So if we just left that as an announcement, then we could just have an ongoing list of all the members. And, when somebody has 20 minutes of time or something, they could go over there and, interact with other people's pages. So, I'm going to put that on my to-do list.
Yeah. And I can share with you offline what, some other groups like similar to Chicks do. They're really active. Their Julie is posting a question every day. So I can kind of take offline what I see where has worked in other areas. So
yeah, we did that for a while, but we stopped doing it maybe 8 or 9 months ago because there wasn't the interaction. But it was done by an uploading tool, not personal. And I think the uploading tools don't get as good traction as when someone posts it in real time, I think. So maybe if we start with something fresh and do that again. that'll get things going. Awesome. Okay, and then we have Miss Greta Reed. I think you did a chat for us, which says, Judy says, I have to be in listen mode only. Okay, Judy, so if you have any questions and you want, just type a little intro, and then I'll be able to read your intro for everybody. And then Greta, your camera isn't working. Okay, but can we hear your voice, hon?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
we can hear you.
we hear you.
Oh, you can. Well, hello.
Hello. So go ahead and tell us who you are, where you're from, and either a tip or a question that you have tonight.
Oh, I am owner of Layerfied Designs. I empower people to create things they need by 3D modeling their things so they can be manufactured digitally.
Oh,
3D printing.
Excellent. And what social media tips or questions do you have for us tonight?
Ooh, I will think of a question. I do want to say thank you for your tip you told me when you came by to Boise about Facebook Lives. I got some good practice on them.
Great.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, so Greta's from Boise. She's part of our Soaring Eagles chapter. Wonderful. And then Judy, is this Judy from K-Town Chicks, Judy? We can't see you, and I don't have anything but a Judy. So if you're able to hear us, Judy, go ahead and type a little intro for you, and we'll get that read. Okay, great. Well, let's just open it up to Shannon. Shannon is the expert in this space. I can share things that I have done when she's finished. And I realized that this year, I think, marks the, oh my gosh, 12 year? 12, 13, 14. When did Facebook start?
2005.
5. Okay, and I think I was on in 2006 or something. So anyway, it's been a long time, like over a decade, using this social media tool. So a lot of changes have occurred. I tried to stay up with all of the changes, but it has been a great addition to my business. And so hopefully it has the same effect on yours. And then there are other social media platforms that I use that I'm happy to share as well. So before we have Shannon start, let's have Tamia introduce herself real quick. If you tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and if you have a tip or a question tonight regarding social media and blogging.
Okay, hi, I'm Tamia Dow, and I am from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am a book and business coach along with a organist who does wings and fun stuff like that. And I'm here to learn especially about LinkedIn. That we had a topic about LinkedIn today in our meeting.
Okay, so just questions about LinkedIn, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. You're kind of cutting in and out. All right, well, let's have Miss Shannon. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and type some notes as we go along.
It's like, where do you even start? So I just recently, I'm going to start with Facebook. So Facebook has been, in the news a lot because of the election and everything that's happened. And businesses keep asking me every few months, should I still keep doing Facebook? Should I still keep doing Facebook? And the answer to that is, yes, you should be. And I have a blog post that I can post in the event that is did. And then other things you should be doing besides Facebook. In fact, I should pull it up and kind of make sure I don't miss anything from it. Let me pull my blog post up. With Facebook, the newest thing with Facebook is the Facebook Stories. Are you familiar with Facebook Stories, you guys? What Facebook Stories is?
I've
Yes.
seen them, but I haven't used them.
So they're saying that what's happening is what's happening is your organic reach on Facebook is down unless you're in a group. Okay, so a group is an exception to that. That if you're posting in the news feed right now, it's really inexpensive, and you should, inexpensive is, and it's like pennies for clicks, and that's how Google AdWords was in the early 2000s. It was pennies for clicks, and now it's like $10 a click and things like that. So Facebook is inexpensive, and if you're trying to get the word out about a special you're having, and it's a local place, like it's local to Las Vegas or local to Eugene, or local to Portland, that advertising is pennies on the dollar right now, and you could get away with not spending a lot of money and advertising. So they're saying that the best place to get the best organic reach is in groups and in the Facebook stories, because Facebook stories are kind of starting to overtake the news feed, with people are browsing that content instead. And I'm going to pull my phone up to kind of show you where it's at on the phone. But the Facebook stories are right here. I don't know if you.
Let me stop this share.
I can. It's just the top as you log in. It's this little carousel. So that's where people are starting to spend their time. Facebook stories is very similar to Instagram stories. 4 million people are on Facebook, and they're saying more than half of those people are spending time in the stories, and you can send stories from your Facebook business page to that feed. So that's the state of Facebook. You should interact and become the authority in your group. So in Chicks Connect, it's a great place to go in there and add value and give advice. And if somebody has a question, and you're the authority in that, get in there and answer them, and they're going to remember you when somebody needs a social media strategist. People will remember that and send people to me. But I like to go put valuable content in the group. Sometimes I've been getting out of the habit of it, but I'm going to try to go back in every time I have a blog post or a cool tip video that I feel could help my fellow ladies. I want to go put that in there. The other thing is you want to evaluate when it comes to social media, you want to evaluate where your customers are spending your time. And I just read something. Everybody thinks young kids aren't young. The young kids, the 21 to 44 or 21 to 35 are not on Facebook. They are. They're actually the biggest group on Facebook. But the second biggest group is the 45 and up. So you have to hit 35 to 44. They're on Instagram. And so the older folks, I hate to even say that because I'm almost 45, are going to be on Facebook. That Gen X generation is on Instagram, but that doesn't mean they're not on Facebook, but they're spending more time on Instagram. And also don't forget about traditional marketing tactics like networking and direct mail, because there's still big places for referrals and leads. Don't discount coming onto Zoom and chatting when Julie does these events. And most importantly, social media could go away. So you need to, this is where the blogging comes in. You need to spend time on your website, and that should be your most important online marketing tool. So those are some things. That's kind of like what I feel about Facebook. Instagram, I'm going to pull your screen up so I can kind of see, because I can see me, but not the screen. Are you sharing your screen, Julie?
I am. Can you all see my notes or not?
I don't know what happened. Hold on. It's probably me. There we go. Now I see it.
Yes, okay. I see Julie's notes, but I don't see. So I see Julie's notes, and then I see Shannon in the corner.
Okay.
Perfect.
So then Instagram. Instagram has major growth happening right now. It is becoming really business friendly. I'm actually developing 3 webinars over about Instagram itself. Where people are spending their time right now is Instagram, the news feed, which is pull it up. You can see the news feed is right here, where the photos are. They did try changing it to where you had to swipe to the right, but people didn't like that. The other thing that's growing on Instagram are the Instagram stories. Hot tip, if you send to Instagram stories, if you send things to Instagram stories, send it to Facebook stories. You can send it in app to Facebook stories. It's really the only place I tell clients to auto-populate. I don't like when people send Facebook or Instagram to Facebook. You can't send Facebook to Instagram, but I don't like when people send Instagram to Facebook because people will send hashtags. A lot of times they're referencing a link and they don't put the link in the post when it sends to Facebook. So things like that. So there's some best practices around that. So Instagram stories to Facebook for your business are big. The other thing with Instagram stories is you can broaden your reach by using tags and hashtags in there. And so knowing which tags and hashtags to use. When I say tags, I mean the location tag. So if you're in Portland, you want to use the location tag to tag Portland, and then a relevant hashtag. I put Chicks Connect on every one of my feed posts that are relevant to women. One thing that we could do for Chicks Connect is just use the Chicks Connect hashtag if we want it shared on the Chicks Connect Instagram. That's just something I'm putting out there. But that hashtag, people follow the Chicks Connect hashtag and then would see that content. So that's my quick Instagram tips there. LinkedIn.
Really quickly, if I can ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
So you talk about Facebook stories and Instagram stories, and can those stories be just pictures and not video, or does it have to be video?
It could be graphics, pictures. You can upload anything that is that portrait style. You can make graphics and put it in there. I make graphics and send them to my phone and then save to my phone and then upload a lot of times. It doesn't have to be a video. It could be pictures, graphics.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh no, I was going to say the one thing about Instagram and Facebook is you need to have variety in your news feed, and you need to kind of be on brand is the other thing. I just read this study today. It's just funny because I read it this morning that you want to try to be on brand, meaning use your colors, use your messaging, and you also want to have some variety. And by variety, I mean you want to use various forms of content. You want to use a graphic, maybe a quote. You want to post a video. You want to wear your brand colors in pictures that you post online. You want to put motion in there. You shouldn't post the same style of photo. So a lot of food bloggers are going to post pictures of food. They should mix their feed up with pictures of themselves or pictures with people in them. So variety is the key to basically all social channels. So variety is key. And I have a blog post that talks about that too. I can throw that in as well. Any other questions?
I'm going to run back here and make sure we know it is Judy from the Spring Chicks in Eugene. And Greta says, yes, stories are fun. Tamia says, what's the difference between stories and lives, like Facebook Live? So we'll have you answer that. Greta says, videos, images, web links too on Instagram stories. Also, Instagram TV lasts longer than stories.
Yeah.
Instagram TV, interesting. Yes, Instagram TV allows for longer video posts too. So, so that's what we have in our chat so far. So I'll let you kind of move forward from the difference between stories and Facebook Live.
So stories live for 24 hours or 15 seconds long. It's very similar to Snapchat. The lives last 24 hours. On Instagram, on Facebook, they last however long you want. The one thing I really like about IGTV, so Instagram TV, is just came out in June. One of my favorite features is you can do an Instagram Live, download it, and then upload it if it's under 10 minutes to IGTV, and it can live there. And I try to go every week live on Instagram and do some sort of wisdom, like Wednesday Wisdom is I think what I'm going to call it. And so I try to keep them under 10 minutes, then I upload them after. But the difference between stories and live is one's live and one lasts for only 24 hours. So.
But also you said live only lasts 24 hours and the stories 24 hours on
Yes.
Instagram?
Yeah, it's very similar to Snapchat. Your stories can be archived too as well, and you can replay them too. I know people that do that. But you have to turn the archive feature on in your settings to do that.
Okay, then we want to do Instagram Live up to 10 minutes, download, and
Download to IGTV.
and then upload what's it called? Insta TV?
IGTV, yes. Yep.
Oh, IGTV. And that lasts forever, or?
That will, on IGTV, it lasts forever. It's new. It's there. It's Instagram's version of YouTube. And I think you can record up to an hour. No,
Okay.
10 minutes. It's 10 minutes, sorry.
And then Facebook Live lasts forever. And then
Forever.
stories on Facebook last for 24 hours?
24 hours. Yep.
Okay, the other thing that happens, and I don't exactly know where this is happening or how it's happening, but anytime, I think that stories or live or maybe both push out notifications like right away, because I'll get a note, like someone will just come up and be doing something on my phone without me even pushing anything. I think it's Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll, like, as soon as I open my Instagram, those people's live story will be happening right away. Do you know anything about that? And do they know I'm watching them?
Yes. So on all those, they know that they can see that they're being watched, and they can normally see who they're being watched by. And the notifications have to do if you're interacting with the page a lot. So if you're interacting with the page a lot, the algorithm, Facebook's algorithm says, oh, Jules is online and Shannon interacts with her content, so she shows me a notification that you're online. Like my business coach goes on live Facebook all the time, and since I interact with her through Facebook and Instagram, I always get notified when she goes online. In fact, she goes online in like a half hour. Something will pop up and say she's on. So that's the algorithm and your cookies keeping track of that for you.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even know this person, and I don't want them to know I'm looking at them. Like, I didn't mean to, it just popped up on my phone, and there it is, and they're live, and I don't want to be rude and hop off, but it's like I didn't mean for it to even open, so.
It's okay. And if you're scrolling in your newsfeed and see it, more than likely they won't even know you're there. It's like if you have to click on it to see it.
Okay.
They'll know you're there.
Then it will show up. Okay. Okay, awesome. Great tips so far.
Yeah, so LinkedIn, I don't have that many. I will say that I don't use Twitter that much. LinkedIn, I only send professional content to. So if I have a blog, I send that there. But I don't use it to the point. I don't use it how I should use it. So if you have content that lives on a website, send it to LinkedIn that people can see you're the thought leader. It's a thought leadership place. But technically, you can be a thought leader on the other social networks as well. So, but it's a place for you to be, that industry expert. But you can act like that on the other networks. Twitter is one that I've just gone away from using, but I have clients that use it just to get out information and links from their website is mostly what my clients use it for. Other people could probably tell you their uses for it. I just think Twitter's stupid. So that's just my personal opinion. And you may love it, and that's fine. I'm not going to think. But it's just like one I don't use. YouTube, I record a video every week. So that video I told my Instagram story that I was just talking about, or my Instagram Live that I uploaded to IGTV, I also loaded it to YouTube, even though the format's not the same. I believe that if your content is if your content is relevant and searchable, that you should amplify it any way you can. So YouTube is the second largest search engine. So you want to make sure your search engine optimizing it. So if you create videos and put them on Facebook and Instagram and they're more than a few minutes long, upload them to YouTube and make sure they're searchable.
Can you download your Facebook Lives and upload them to YouTube?
Yes, I do that often. So that's mostly the content that I put there. So that's a good point, is download your Facebook Live and your Instagram Lives and upload them to YouTube and IGTV.
Awesome. Okay. And then blogging.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you download your Facebook Lives?
I'm going to go look right now so I get this correct, because sometimes they change it. It's on the right corner of your video, or the right corner of the, let me see. It used to be there, so let's see if it's still there, because Facebook changes stuff. I haven't done a Facebook Live in forever, so probably like.
Sorry, interrupt. I was just thinking,
Yes.
Mia, you're on you're doing on Apple, right? Apple phone, iPhone.
Yes.
Because you can save your Facebook Lives right to your phone as soon as you're finished recording them. If you save before you share, you have it right on your phone, and then you can just upload it to YouTube.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'll look at it next time when I'm getting ready to upload it.
I am pretty sure it is when you click on the video, there's a little button now to see. I haven't done one in so long that I can't find one.
And Shannon, do you do your videos from your phone or from your computer, or both?
I do a combination of both. So my lives on Facebook will go from my computer. My Instagram Live will come from my phone. That's why I have this setup behind me. I have I'm trying to be professional set behind me. Okay, where's the video? I'm trying to pull my live. Facebook is not being nice to me right now. It might be because of all the internet I'm using. But usually you can right click open the video, and then in the corner, some things will highlight and it will say download. I'll go research that and put a screen grab in the group when I'm done. So.
Okay, and is there any way you can do it after? Because I understand the way that Tiffany explained it, that you can do it kind of while you do it or right when you do it. But how about if you wanted to do it after? Like, so let's say you posted something 3 days ago and you want to save it. Can you do that, or you can't do it?
You can do it. You can do that.
Okay.
I was looking for mine. It's just been so long since I've went live that I can't find one to show you. So, yeah.
She'll do it right after this, and then we can see your live.
Shannon,
Cool. Thank you.
do you know how to download a YouTube video?
No, I don't know how to do that.
I had one, and somebody told me how to do it a while ago, and I can't remember, and yeah.
I bet if you Google it, you can find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Google is my best friend, so that's how I've learned everything. So, so that's kind of the social networks. Are you looking for blogging stuff too? How often do you guys blog? Like, do you blog?
I'm so bad. I haven't blogged since probably November.
I was the same way. I just went and I just put 3 up this month. So it'd been the whole month of December. I didn't do anything. So I would say that there's going to be one area you're going to spend time on is trying to come up with searchable content that people are going to be looking for. And that's a whole nother discussion, how to find that. That has to do with A lot of people base their content based off how people are finding them, and that involves having Google Analytics and Google Search Console set up. I don't know, do we have a search engine optimization guru amongst us in Chicks?
Kenneth, he's our male chick. He does websites and SEO, and we could probably have him come on and do a thing for us one time.
Yeah, I have this great worksheet from Amy Porterfield that's like 3 simple steps to SEOing your site plus how to find content. And I never knew you could find the way people were looking for. Well, I knew you could find how people were looking for you, but then Google hid it. And now it's in another tool, Google Search Console. You can go in there and look to see how people are finding you. And then that's how you can develop content too. So yeah, but that's for another time and another person too, because I know too much to be dangerous when it comes to SEO. So, but the other thing that people always ask is, I don't know where to start when it comes to content on my website and social. And a lot of what I post is based off what people ask. If somebody asks me a question, this new thing about, I didn't realize that you could take your IGTVs and upload them. I didn't realize you could take your Instagram lives and upload them to IGTV. I learned that from somebody else. So I think that's going to be like one of my blog posts, is how to do that, or how to download your Facebook content and upload it to YouTube. So people ask me, I write those questions down, and that's what I focus my content around. So things your customers are asking you are great sources of content, because if they're asking, somebody else is asking.
Cool.
So, if all of you have a website, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago as well, and I know Greta commented, but 2 things. So if you have on your website a frequently asked question section, each one of those questions could be elaborated into a video, and that could all be content that you share, and that you're informing people about your business and your, just your culture and your vision and mission. And then the other thing could be creating a glossary of terms, because whatever industry you're in, there are things that, it might be the word of the day or something, and then or Wednesday wordworm or something, right? So every Wednesday you post one of the words from your glossary of terms and then define it and then put a little meme or graphic or something. So coming up with content, like we could come up with hundreds of different things that you could post. And that's what I love to do. I don't do it for myself very well, but I love helping others create content for their companies.
Yeah, I have a download that's planning, and it's a planning document, and then it gives you the national days for the next 6 months, and then it gives you 9 other content ideas, and so they're around how to introducing yourself. Recommendations. So if you have a recommendation for podcasts, if you have a recommendation for blogs, if you have a recommendation for, anything, that's content that could be used on your blog, on your social. I'm trying to think, this or that. Do you like this or that? I see that with real estate agents a lot. Dispelling myths. So if there's a myth about your industry. So I have this downloaded. I don't know, Jules, how you want to share it, but they have to go to my website and download it. And I have a link. I don't know where you want me to put that at. I gotta find it.
Can you put the link in the event, Shannon?
Yeah,
okay.
That would be great.
It's basically a awesome guide that's 10 pages long. It has calendars where you can write out your content schedule. You can use it for blogging, use it for social. It's pretty universal. So I'm going to go put that in the event right now. I didn't find it.
So Greta says, I haven't started blogging. That's on the list. I just read that IG stories can be scheduled. I don't know how. Maybe Hootsuite.
I have never heard that, so I'll look into that. I have not heard that, so that doesn't mean it's not possible. So,
And then Shannon will share the form, how we can get that form with all sorts of fun ideas to engage. I did a fun fact. Probably 4 years ago, I was pretty good at being consistent on my social media. And that's kind of how I started getting a good, maybe it was 8 years ago. Gosh, I don't even know. But anyway, we would do field trip Fridays. And that was a lot of fun. And so I would say, okay, we're going to go on a field trip next Friday. This is the town we're in. Where should we go? And then people would offer ideas, and then I would post pictures from that field trip the next time. And contests are always fun. So if you are someone who likes to, engage your community in different contests or do a drawing for, a mug or something that you could ship to someone, or so prizes, contests, all those kind of things get you engagement. But always, no matter what you're doing on social media, always have a clear end goal. And so if you want people to sign up for your webinar or download a form or like your page or opt in for something or to buy something from you, always have a call to action. And that's the part that I think a lot of people miss. And they have all this great engagement, but they're not making any money. And so y'all need to, or if you just want the engagement, that's fine. Maybe you want to make your money through advertising. And so once you get a very engaging Instagram, or Facebook group, people might pay you to promote their products and services. So it just depends on kind of what your goals are. And I know a couple people that monetize their Instagram pages through ads. Shannon, do you know people like that?
yep. I work with people that do that. I mean, I do it for people, or for businesses. I haven't really done it much for my own business because I've been busy the last year, but I am getting to this coaching, and I am going to start doing that for my coaching business starting Wednesday. So
Awesome.
It's about there. I just have to create the graphics in Canva to do it. But yeah, I'm trying to get out there as a digital marketing coach because a lot of people don't know what to do and can't afford to hire a company to help them. So I can show them how to do it effectively.
Excellent. And productively, effectively and concise, like you said, in 10 hours, versus thinking they need to spend 10 hours every day, Okay, well, let's open it up really quickly to other questions or comments. I'm just going to cycle through everyone, and then I'll share a little bit, and then anybody else can share. So, Mariah, do you have questions or comments or anything you want to add?
Sorry, finishing up dinner.
Oh.
Shannon, how long are your typical blog posts?
I try to get them more than 300 words. Google likes 250, so I shoot for 300 words at least. And then you had a question about video. Was it you that had a video question?
Yeah.
So Instagram stories is 15 seconds, but you can do a beginning, middle, and end in the stories.
Okay.
I would keep it under 2 minutes because that's 8. What's that? 8 slides. Instagram, the feed is 60 seconds. IGTV is 10 minutes. I just learned that. YouTube is, I think you can go for hours on it. So the ideal length, they say, is to get to your point in like 2 minutes. So the ideal length. So.
Thank you.
No problem.
But let's see, for your blogs, you do at least 300.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right. Tiffany?
No additional questions really. The whole stories thing is probably, I hear it's coming, but I know it's there, but I just don't see it working for me right now. But
Well,
I don't know.
Like I said, Instagram stories is overtaking the news feed.
Yeah.
Here's a tip. And also I'm going to say this right now because I just said this to Judy. if you guys loved what you learned here today, I would love a review on my Facebook page. I like to sit when I'm giving out free advice, and I don't mind doing that is the other thing. I like to say, if you give me a 5-star review on Facebook because you learned something, that'd be awesome. Now I totally lost track of what I was going to say. The question,
Stories.
Stories.
stories. Okay. If you don't know what to do on stories, look in your stories, start watching your stories for the next week and watch what other people are doing and think about how you could do it, but do it differently. And a lot of Instagram stories is behind the scenes. So,
Right.
and I can't recall what your business was. Was your business the 3D modeling or the 3D?
That's Greta.
That's what, I'm sorry. Okay. So what is
No,
your?
I don't think I actually said, but it's a joy and wellness is my theme. Life of Joy is my brand, and I also share about anti-aging products that kind of go along with the joy and wellness.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, are there other people in your industry that share on stories that you could follow to see what they're doing that are having success?
So I was with a friend over the weekend, and it's funny because she always gets me going on stories. I'm like, oh yeah, I should do this. And so I'm all excited. I get one story up there, right? And it just takes me too long to create stuff, and I hate that they disappear. So I need, like, then you got to go and archive them, and then that takes time. But like in the time it took me to do 2 for the day, and I was all proud of myself, she had 17 stories done. And I'm like,
It
that's no hope
takes
for me.
practice. It
I'm
takes
like,
practice.
yeah.
Takes practice.
It just seems like they just disappear, and I just don't see like why it's so cool for people to see stories, you know?
So I'll tell you something that about Instagram stories. You can save them, and I don't know if you can see. There's your highlights.
Yeah.
And you can go back and watch them. And the one that I do capsule wardrobing, which means I buy 20 items a season and I wear only those items during the season and mix and match them. And that is like my most watched highlight. People go back and they watch them. And there's several weeks, 14 weeks of content in there. And I have thousands of views on it. And I only have, so I'm just saying, like, you can archive them and put them into the little highlight bubbles.
Do you see who watches highlights versus if they saw it as your story?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You can still see that. So I would just say, follow 5 people and, or just spend the next week looking at it and think how you can do it and just practice. Done is better than perfect in this instance.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So, because I see your stuff on Facebook all the time, and I'm thinking, like, I just assumed you were on Instagram because you do such a good job on Facebook. So,
I mean, I'm on Instagram, but I'm just not a big fan of stories. You know, I've set up a couple highlights, but I try and get things perfect. It seems like Instagram was like, make the perfect photo, and it looks all great. And then I got stories, and people just throw up casual stuff like instantly, and I'm just like, but it's not perfect anymore.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and that's the imperfect part of Instagram. That's why they're trying to dispel that myth that you have to have the perfect photos. You don't have to have the perfect photos. I would say well lit, which is easy to do with natural lighting, but you don't have to have all these monstrous, I can't even say that word, lights. You don't have to have all these big lights to do it. Make sure you just buy a window with some natural light. So I invite you to follow Shannon Lee's strategy and kind of see how I do it. Mine aren't perfect. I don't wear makeup in half mine. So
yeah, cool. No, I'll check you out, and I'll follow some people too and see how it goes. Because I guess you got to ride the wave.
Yeah, it changes. Thanks. That's why I said that about like IGTV as scheduling. What? So.
Yeah, I haven't posted on there at all yet. So that's something else. Like, geez.
Okay, so just got a reply about the app allowing IG stories, scheduling stories, allow for passive consumption because no interaction is required for play, won't be judged as highly for polish. So what does that mean, Greta?
When you start stories on Instagram, they go into an autoplay as opposed to when you look at the pictures, you have to scroll. And sometimes because you can see who views your stories, it's a way for them to, for you to be top of mind, I guess. And you see that they, well, at least that it showed up on their screen.
Yeah.
And when you say it shows up on their screen, like it'll tell me that Tiffany Almazan saw my video, it will tell me that, or I'll just,
Yeah.
5 people saw my video.
It'll give you the names of your followers. And if you put a hashtag on your story, it'll tell you how many people saw your story through the hashtag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But then, so let me take it one step further. So if I knew that, what would I do with that information? What are people doing with that information?
So my business coach, she uses it to contact people. If she sees the same person looking at her stories over a several week period, she'll contact them and say, hey, I see you're looking at my stories. Is there anything I can help you with? Kind of thing. She does. So she's a business coach, and that's what she does. And then she builds trust in the direct messages of Instagram.
So that's, I think that's the piece that it's like, oh, look, I've got thousands of likes. Okay, so what? So what does that even mean? You know, like, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
So that's good. They're following up.
The other thing I really like about Instagram stories is you can ask questions and do polls and do research. Like I posted today, like a clean desk is a sign of a messy drawer. And I'm like, is this you? Yes or no? And I can then go share those results. Last week I asked a question, like, when you're looking at Instagram, what makes you follow somebody? And nobody had the same answer. Like one was pretty pictures, one was the content, one was they just like to spy on people. Like the whole thing was everybody had a different answer. You can share those answers is the other thing. It doesn't. You can share them anonymously. So
okay. So now, okay. Let me ask this. So on Facebook, remember when they would put out, oh, check out who's been looking at your profile, and that was like a big scam. Because they were saying who was actually looking at your profile, but it wasn't real. Like that was, they just wanted you to, it was clickbait. They wanted you to click on that. So what you're saying is that if someone's looking at your stuff on Instagram, they cannot passively look at it anymore. You will know that they have seen it. Is that what we're saying?
If it's a story, yeah.
In stories and Facebook, that you can't. I mean, you can see if your friends have viewed your Facebook Live, but that's about it in Facebook. But in stories, you can see everybody that's viewed your story. Except, okay, so I take that back. If they come from a hashtag, you can't see them. But if they are your friend or not, you can see them. I use a lot of hashtags, and the hashtags don't tell you who viewed it from there. So it will tell you. I wish I'd show you my screen and just kind of show you like what it looks like. Because I posted a daily affirmation today, and 9 people came from a hashtag, and I can't see who they are, but I can see the 50 other people that saw it.
Are you sharing that or putting it, or putting?
No, I can't. I mean, I don't know if you can give me access to do that.
I think if you just go to the bottom of the screen, there's the green middle center, the green share button.
My Zoom is all weird. Hold on a second. That's why I was like, here we go. Where's my USB cord?
Okay, while you're pulling that up, we're going to run to Greta real quick and see if she has any other questions or comments, tips or tricks.
You know, I was just thinking, stories seem to be a handy way to kind of keep tabs, as Shannon was saying, on who is logging on and looking, you know, interacting with their app. It also seems, whoops, I had a chat and it went away, actually. Oh,
it share?
it seems like you can see who's active as opposed to regular content, which, like could be scheduled. That's just basically all I had to add right there.
So is this your phone?
Yep.
Okay.
This is how I teach my coaching clients. All right, so I'm going to click my profile, and then you click this seen by, and you can see everybody that has answered my poll and who has viewed it. So I've had 48 people today. There's the daily affirmation. See where I used a hashtag? So there was the, because I'm in the mob too. If you want to talk about that offline, I'm in that group as well. It's a daily affirmation that they post every day. And actually, I've been posting them every day because I just I'd like that kind of stuff, and I don't want to have to go find the daily affirmation. This is the one that I was talking about with the capsule wardrobing. I have 207 people, and 165 of them came from the hashtag. So that's the power of using a hashtag. And as you can see, there's the people that have viewed my, and I can tell you I don't know most of these people. So I know 1, 2, 3, a handful of these people personally. And so there you can see it. The other cool thing about it is if I want to share this, I hit share. And then I'm going to put a wow GIF on it. Look at that dog. So
Now, what are you using to do that?
They have in-app things you can do. Under this, at the top, can you see what's highlighted? That little like page turned.
Yeah.
Under there are some fun little things, like that's where you get the location. That's where you can mention people. That's where the hashtag is. GIFs. You can put the time, your polls and questions countdown, and then it goes into like Monday stickers. But that I pulled it from the GIF file. I put wow in. That's what I did. And pulled.
And is yours an iPhone or is that a Android?
It's an iPhone, but it looks exactly the same on, I believe it looks exactly the same on Android. I have a client that shares her phone all the time with me, and you can see, and then you hit send post, and then I send it to my feed, and then it's now allowing me to send it to Facebook. So that's where you would send it to Facebook. There's usually right in there, share to Facebook.
And prior to that, you could have downloaded and saved that. Is that correct? Or highlighted it or saved it in the archives or?
Yeah, I have mine automatically set to archive. So I'm having phone issues today because it's not letting me send things. I don't know if it's my phone or Instagram, but it won't let me send it. I'm gonna stop sharing my phone and turn it off really quick.
Okay.
So.
And Greta is saying, let's go to, where's my chat box? I like to tag my account in the stories too, in case someone comes across my story from Discovery or hashtag. And tagging your account, you mean like at Greta?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Okay. And when you're tagging someone on Instagram, I know about the tagging on Facebook, but when you're tagging someone on Instagram, do you tag them in the comments or do you push on the picture and then put their name on it? And what's the culture around tagging people? I've been tagged, like my pickleball Instagram page, people tag me all the time on it. And I never gave anyone permission. I'm fine with it. But if you do that on Facebook, people look down upon you for tagging people that aren't actually in the picture. Is Instagram different?
I would say that I tag the people that I tag in my stories know they're going to be tagged. I have I don't want to call it a pod because that's a bad word to use, but I have a group of digital marketing strategists that we all share relevant marketing content, and we tag each other in the posts so that knows that we should go answer a question they're asking, and it helps their engagement, and it helps. And so we all, there's a circle of us, there's 6 of us, and it happens about once a week, each one of us posts something that we want engagement on, and those people will go and engage, and I reciprocate back to them. But that is a something that we've discussed and are okay with. So I would say it's tag when people know they're going to be tagged. It's, I would say, similar to Facebook, but I think there's a little leniency in there. Businesses definitely want to be tagged. So
Right. And so, and Chicks Connect too. So anytime any of you are doing anything that has anything to do with Chicks Connect in a positive light, you go ahead and, tag me personally. I have like 5,000 people on my Facebook. So if you're doing something cool, and you're a member of Chicks Connect, I don't want random strangers tagging me all the time, but always, you all, as long as it's an appropriate content piece, feel free to tag me, or if it has anything to do with Chicks Connect. So, all right, Ms. Tamia, do you have any questions, comments, or anything?
Yes, I do. So my question was about YouTube Live. You mentioned that you could go live on YouTube. Is that correct?
Yep, you can go live on YouTube. I don't know how long you can go.
How long can your video?
I don't know.
Okay.
People that have gone like several hours, and I know people that have gone. I know some, like for example, a musician I know went live on YouTube, and it went for 2 hours. So that is something that anybody that I know that's doing it, they don't go longer than a half hour. But if you're a musician and you're playing a gig, people want to see your full gig. So my husband's a musician, and he's done it a few times.
Well, and I think, didn't they go live? Don't all the news stations go live, like during the elections, and they just keep that stream going?
So we do that on Facebook. On Facebook.
I think Facebook has a time limit, and I think it's 2 hours. You can't go longer than 2 hours. So, and I might be wrong on that because it changes all the time. Trust me, it's really hard to keep up with all these things.
And certain people have different perks than other people, like beta testers and just random people have access. Or if you've updated your app, sometimes you'll have something that someone else won't have. So yeah, it's very interesting. All right, and Judy, do you want to post a question?
Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. My question again is for Shannon, and I was finding out how to leave this 5-star review that you were talking about on Facebook. Yeah, so how do you do that?
Jules, I'm gonna check the screen.
Okay.
Oh, it's me. I'm me. That's not what I wanted.
Do you want me to go there and you can just talk us through it?
Why is this not no, that's not what here we go. I will show you how to do it. All right, let me just, I love Zoom, but sometimes it gets kind of lost. Anytime somebody offers you free advice, I always tell my coaching clients, if you're giving somebody free advice over coffee, hit them up a few days later to go and leave a review. So that's my tip for you guys. You go under the review. So here's my page, Shannon Lee Strategy. You go under reviews, and as you can see, Christina TNT has done it. You go under, I can't do it myself because I've done it already. It's share feedback is what you click. Since I'm the administrator of the page, I can't leave reviews for myself, obviously. So it's under the share feedback, and then you can leave it there. That's where you do it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Judy, I don't know if you're still, if you can still hear us. Do you want to type any type of question or comment?
Ugh. My lumbar.
Getting sore? We're just at the, we'll see if Judy types anything, if she's there. We're just at the top of the hour. I wanted to just share a little bit about how you can all, just some ideas about how you can collaborate with Chicks Connect members in, creating some great content and also creating some, some habits around posting for social media. So Shannon mentioned doing your blogs, and then that becomes content. So if you do not currently have a blog, Chicks Connect does. And so you could simply send Chicks Connect a couple of paragraphs, 2 or 3 paragraphs with some pictures about any content that you want, even if you have your own blog. Some of you on the call right now do share your information with me, and then we post it to the Chicks Connect blog. But then you could grab that link at any point in time and post it to any of the social media channels. So then you could talk about that blog on a YouTube video or a Facebook Live. So all of that content can be shared on multiple platforms. The other thing that I think would be great for us to do is create a list of Chicks Connect members that have their own podcasts or that have their own YouTube channels, because we can be matching you up to do chick chats, interviewing one another, or just talking about a particular topic, and create content for one another again. And you can do that online, or you can also do it live if you're in the same town. So I would just, I'm going to, start some of those lists. The other thing that I have started is for everyone to pick their home chapter. I created a form, and it's in the Facebook members only group in the files section. And on that form, you're simply putting your name, your chapter, your leadership role. But then I ask you for your topics. And I want to get a full list of speaking topics so that when people ask me, hey, do you have anyone in your community that can talk about joy and happiness? I can go look at my list and see who can talk about those topics. Or do you have anyone that does 3D printing? Yes. Anyone that does human trafficking, things like that. So fighting against human trafficking. I always want to make sure that I'm saying that we're against that, not for that. So anyway, there are so many different things that we can talk about with the content, and I just encourage you to collaborate with your sister chicks. So I know we're at the top of the hour. I want to see if anybody has any final questions or comments. Let's give a big thank you to Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. We'll all be sure to go on and do the 5-star review. And any final questions, comments? Okay, awesome. So my hope.
Are you going to upload the document with the notes that you've taken?
Yes, I will do that. I could upload that in the Facebook group. One thing I learned is that you can't upload documents into the event for some reason. Oh, somebody else had a question I couldn't hear.
And the 10-page document?
That's on Shannon's website. She said she would.
I posted it in the event. There's a link in the event to it. And I could post it on the Chicks page too, because I'm sure other chicks could use it. I know my Chicks chapter uses it. They're all signed up for it and use it. So
awesome. And we have Judy just said grandkid emergency. She was only half here, realizing she needs so much more experience and information hand-holding through this process of using social media effectively. Thank you so much for doing this. So we can have a beginner. I think what we need is the glossary of terms, right? Just for social media. So a lot of the when we say IGTV, a lot of people don't know what we're talking about. When we're talking about lives and we're talking about, stories and all of that, those are all things that if you're not in the social media circles and really paying attention to the changes and the new releases that are happening, you wouldn't know that lingo. So perhaps we can do another one of these where we just go over the basics. And thank you, Judy, for that information. We can do that too. All right. Love you all. Have a great week. And I look forward to reading all those great reviews that we're going to do. Tiffany, do you have a final thing you wanted to say? You're just coming up to say goodbye? See you later, everybody. Lots of love to you. Thank you so much, Shannon.
No problem. Thank you, guys.